Recent release of the trailer showing more gameplay of Resident Evil Requiem. It looks like we're gonna get a pretty horrifying and scary Resident Evil game. So Resident Evil Requiem looks like it's gonna be a single player, once more, survival horror game where players can switch between first and third person perspectives at any time. And that pretty much was a nice way to lure me in, since the recent Resident Evil games such as Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village were exclusively in first person, and then we got the update for Village later for third person. But that's cool because I personally prefer third person. I did get used to the first person, so it's really cool that kind of switch between the default perspectives on the fly to offer a tense and realistic gameplay according to Capcom, while the third person is ideal for people who enjoy action-packed gameplay. So the character we see is FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft, who's pursued by a monster. It's like this big black scary creature that's pursuing her throughout this area that she's in, and basically you have to avoid detection by this monster by crouching down. You can sneak around to make less noise, hide under objects like tables, but the monster, however, can also stalk players through walls and ceilings. The player can distract the monster by collecting and throwing glass bottles throughout the environment. You do get access to a lighter, so a little callback to original Resident Evil whenever we get a lighter to illuminate dark areas. However, it will attract the attention of the monster. So what do you guys think? I think this game sounds pretty scary and horrifying in a good way, because Resident Evil stopped being about the survival horror and more about action in recent years. They did go back into the survival with Resident Evil 7, which I did live stream on the channel, the gaming channel. Resident Evil 7 was pretty good, and parts of Village are really good too. So I'm excited for this game. I know some people were kind of disappointed because they wanted to see somebody like Chris or Leon return, but I think maybe it's time for a new character. I'm usually the type of person that wants to see the characters return, but because of how they kind of did Chris Redfield in Resident Evil Village, I'm good. I think I would prefer a new, fresh take. I know we did get Ethan, but Ethan was whatever from Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village. I didn't, he was kind of boring. But Grace Ashcroft, who happens to be working with the FBI analyst who at least has some kind of experience with crime scenes and investigation, she'll be a nice breath of fresh air into the Resident Evil universe. I would have preferred if, because I know that they said in earlier talks of the game, Leon was supposed to make an appearance. If he does come back, that'll be cool, because I know we got a teaser of Raccoon City. But if it focuses primarily on the new character, you know what? Bring in Claire Redfield if it's talking about Raccoon City. I'd like to see Claire Redfield come back. We haven't seen Claire Redfield since Code Veronica. So those are my thoughts. This seems to be an interesting game from Capcom, to say the least. I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt. That's why I always call them Capcom, because they might do something stupid before release. They'll try to do little microtransactions so you can unlock everything in the game right away, or get like a weapon that's not even that good. So we'll just have to see, but so far I'm liking what I'm seeing and hearing. So
she don't wanna be saved, don't save her. 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 She don't wanna be saved.